The flying bicycles. Pepy and her friends loved riding bicycles. Their parents had bought them bikes when they were very young and taught them to ride early on. The meadow stretching from the creek to the river was the perfect place to learn. The soft grass cushioned their initial falls. But as time passed, they became better and better riders. There was always a sense of rivalry between the girls and their boy neighbors. Stretch, Sky, and Dash. The boys couldn't stand the idea that these girls might be better than them. The girls, in turn, always found ways to beat them. When the adults found out the girls had won, they teased the boys so much that they turned red with rage. Summer was ideal for bike riding. The girls came to the meadow almost every day, riding around, enjoying stories, and competing to see who could reach the destination first. They knew how to decorate their bikes with various ribbons, lights, and ornaments, making them a beautiful sight. As soon as they gathered in the meadow, the boys appeared. The teasing and jeering began. Who is faster? Whose bike is prettier? Whose bike is more expensive? One day, the troublemakers proposed a race to see who was faster. Them or the girls. The boys pushed and humiliated them so much that they had no choice but to accept the challenge. The race was set for the following evening. The girls would take the right side, and the boys the left. If the boys won, the girls wouldn't be allowed to come to the meadow with their bikes for a week. Once the agreement was made, everyone retreated to their side. Many details needed to be sorted out because the stakes were high. The winner would be celebrated as a hero, while the loser would have to hide from the teasing. Pepy gathered her team. Representing the girls would be Pepy, Abby, and Katie. Each cleaned her bike, greased the pedals and chain, checked the brakes, and decorated it beautifully. They agreed that their team color would be red. While they made plans to defeat these arrogant boys, something strange was happening in the meadow. The boys had disappeared into the brush and started gathering thorny branches. Pepy happened to see Stretch peek out from the brush and start throwing some branches on the girls' track. She knew they were doing something forbidden. They scattered thorns on the track the girls were supposed to ride, hoping to puncture their tires. Pepy didn't say anything to her friends, but she was thinking of a way to teach them a lesson. They wanted to win by cheating. That's why they need to be taught a lesson, she thought to herself. When darkness fell, she went to her room because she knew her good fairy Dawn would help her. As soon as she thought of her, her good friend appeared. Dawn looked worried at first but soon smiled and winked at Pepy. Dawn's barely audible voice reached Pepy. Don't worry about anything. Everything will be fine. She signaled Pepy to follow her to the garage. With her magic wand, she touched the 3 bikes the girls would race, smiled at Pepy once more, and vanished. The day of the race dawned. Everyone's thoughts were on tonight's race. The adults wondered how the girls could accept this bet. Just you think that, Pepy was determined. The moment came. A lot of people gathered in the meadow. A few small American flags waved in the breeze, alongside rustic red and black checkered banners. Pepy's dad and mom were beside her, giving her riding instructions. It doesn't matter who wins, Dad said loudly. It's important that you ride well. Be careful not to fall. Dad will reward you for your bravery anyway. Everything was ready for the start. Pepy, Abby, and Katie on one side, and Stretch, Sky, and Dash on the other. At the moment Pepy's dad raised his hand to signal the start, a strong wind blew. Pepy noticed that the wind carried all the thorny branches from their track to the boys' track. They didn't even notice this. The signal was given, and the race began. Pepy noticed something strange happening. Her bike was light as a feather, hovering just above the ground. The three girls pedaled effortlessly, and the bikes sped like airplanes. Meanwhile, the boys fell into the trap they had intended for the girls. Their tires were punctured by the thorns. Halfway through the track, the boys gave up, shouting at each other in frustration. Meanwhile, the girls reached the finish line and triumphantly waved their hands. The happy crowd of adults was delighted. The boys hoisted their bikes onto their shoulders and disappeared into the cornfield. Pepy was proud, because once again, honesty and a little bit of magic had won the day.